Life ND program in the Niger Delta has surpassed its first phase target, empowering over 4,000 beneficiaries and transforming rural livelihoods in Delta State. Delta State Coordinator Collins Ashoro says the program has now entered a new financing phase with over 600 more beneficiaries already included. Ikenna Amechi has the story.
The Life ND project is a tripartite agricultural and rural empowerment initiative of the federal government in partnership with the International Fund for Agricultural Development and the Niger Delta Development Commission. The Delta State Coordinator explained that the media roundtable became necessary to review project activities across the 10 selected local government areas. A review, he says, showed that targets were exceeded in virtually all components, from agribusiness support to rural infrastructure development.
And the communities that have actually benefited from this mentorship are 4,371, and this have actually exceeded the life of the project target of 4,250. We know the project is designed in such a way that the communities are supposed to be mentored to become incubators. They are supposed to graduate from incubators to incubators. As we count, we have as much as 28 incubators who have been upgraded to incubators in the 10 local government areas. Then 4,275 enterprises and new jobs in the various commodities have been created. There are over 2.75 billion.
Right, let's get down to brass tacks, understanding what the reporting is all about. Ikenna Amechi joins me on the news. Ikenna, your story is about the Life ND program exceeding its first phase target and expanding into an additional financing phase. Walk us through what this milestone means for rural communities in Delta State. Ikenna, you'd like to unmute so we can hear you.
For these communities, rural dwellers in these 10 selected local governments in Delta State, and of course, targeting women and youths in those local governments. And it has actually transformed the lives of these people. Not just about the agribusiness that has been brought there, of course, they actually ventured into infrastructure development like road, and also building of processing units and all that. So in all, for these 6 years, this project started in 2019 and the first phase ended in 2025 in March. And of course, it has actually boosted the life of these rural dwellers, those who benefited from 10 local governments from Gomadi, Brutu, Etiop East, Ika North, Ika South, Ndokwa West, Ndokwa East, Ukwe, Saple, and Ugele North. So these local governments are targeted because of they are into agricultural business, and of course the youth and women are willing to actually tap into this project, and it has benefited them, and they cannot bet once more. That's why there's an additional financing phase which will actually run from now to 2031, another 6 years period, which will actually benefit new people. Ibrahim.
Yeah, so at the media roundtable in Nasaba, officials described this initiative as a 6-year journey of impact. Why was it important for the program to engage the media at this stage?
Well, it's very important because it's not just the fund of the federal government. There's a fund from the international funds on agricultural development. And of course, when you spend this money, you are expected to, review what you spent and know if you're actually benefiting or imparting what is supposed to impart. So reviewing all that they have done, they have said that it's actually impactful. It has imparted over 4,273 people in this local government. So because of that review and because of the positive impact of the review, they are getting more finance to actually continue to fund the second phase. So it's very important for them to parley with the media so that they will know that these funds are not just entering into some pockets and are not implementing the project, which is actually targeting rural dwellers and youth and women in these communities so that they can improve their life, because they are targeted because of the poverty level in this particular place in the Niger Delta is quite on the high side. So they are targeting them to use agriculture in supporting them and improving the life of these people.
Yeah,
Ibrahim.
Indeed. Talking about agriculture, the program actually also invested in feeder roads, processing centers, and storage facilities. How critical do you consider these components in addressing post-harvest losses and market access challenges in rural Delta?
A lot, Ibrahim. You know, some of all these places, rural places, accessibility is a big factor in this place. Why the state government is actually doing a lot in actually making sure that there are connectivity among these rural places. This actually will help in improving, targeting just those people that are into market, into agribusiness, and having access through their farms. And of course, there are some processing facilities that are built, like the cassava processing, the palm oil, and all that. All these are geared towards making them have access to not just bringing the raw material, but processing them there and bringing the products to sell in the market. So it will actually boost the value chain of agriculture in those rural community, making these rural dwellers to enjoy staying in the rural community and getting funds that they can use to help their life and improve their life. Ibrahim.
Absolutely. Ikenna Mechi, interesting reporting. Thank you. All right, Precious, it's quite interesting when we spoke with Prince Uba, who told us about the initiative by the Imo State government in terms of introducing or inaugurating vigilante group, by the state government to the residents, which were also happy. And we believe that the national security architecture may not be sufficient, so this should be complementary.
Yes, very complimentary. You know, there's been a clamor for state policing by, in fact, all of the governors, interestingly, are now, saying, look, we want state policing, and they've been pushing for that even as we went through the constitutional review process last year. Hopefully, it makes, the new amended constitution that we're going to get probably this year. But to see that governors are also now taking steps ahead of that to say, let's secure our people. Before that happens, it's a right step in the right direction. One of the things that we always hope for is that there is a synergy between the vigilante and the existing security agencies. Because one of the things we've seen is a clash. Competition, and then you find that they are the ones who are now clashing and fighting and causing conflict within. We saw the Edo State one, the previous administration that became, just a big problem. And we're hoping that that doesn't happen in Imo State.
As you said, so what we want to see at that level is collaboration, because collaboration, they say, is the language of the civilized, while competition is a language of the jungle. So we do not want something like that to happen in Imo State, because we know that the sit-at-home order on Monday affects, most of the southeast. We're also seeing what the Anambra State Governor, Soludo, is doing in Enugu, asking people that they should go to, in Enugu precisely, that Onitsha rather, to ensure that they go to markets on Mondays, but they are protesting against it.
Of course, they are, and probably have their own reasons for that. But I wanted to also say that, look, there has to be vigilante. Again, I was going to call you a philosopher for the quote you just gave, but there has to be, the synergy must be that vigilante, because they are very close to the grassroots. They should get the intelligence and then collaborate with the security agencies, in terms of using that intelligence, and then they should not become some sort of tormentor and oppressor of the people. We saw what happened in Anambra State as well, where some core members were harassed by vigilantes. So we hope that works. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for news from the States. We'll be back with news from the States tomorrow. But that's TVC News at 1. For more updates on the stories from Monish Really,